Far-left socialist and former actress Cynthia Nixon hoped to unseat Democrat Governor of New York Andrew Cuomo. The two sparred publicly over the summer, with many on the left championing Nixon. Now, the Democrats of New York have spoken. Here is what happened. A lot of attention has been given to the New York governor's race. For good reason. One of the most populated states in the country, New York carries a lot of weight. Millions of people live there, and the decisions of their government can carry throughout the rest of the country. National news was following the Democrats' primary race. Mostly because of all the bizarre twists and turns. Former Sex and the City star Cynthia Nixon decided to throw her hat into the ring. The former actress positioned herself far to the left of incumbent Andrew Cuomo. Hoping to upset the establishment, she grabbed as much media attention as can be. Cuomo didn't do himself any favors. The long-sitting governor made national news when he bashed America, saying it was never that great. His entire platform is anti-Trump. His office has sued the White House several times in the last year. Nixon, to out-liberal the liberal, pushed a radical agenda, even for New York. She wanted to legalize all forms of marijuana. She, like so many other leftists, demanded to abolish ICE. Perhaps her most outrageous demand was for Medicare for All, Bernie Sanders' latest attempt at universal health care. But when asked how the state would pay for the program, Nixon didn't do herself any favors. She simply stated they'd have to pass it, then figure out how to pay for it. Even a buffoon like Cuomo knows not to say that. This week, Democrats in New York went to the polls and picked their candidates. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo soundly defeated insurgent progressive Cynthia Nixon in Thursday's gubernatorial primary, denying far-left liberals a victory they had long sought against the establishment Democrat. The losses were a 1-2-3 punch for so-called resistance. Democrats seeking to defy polls, and better-funded opponents, to upend the New York party establishment. With nearly half of precincts reporting, though, Nixon was trailing Cuomo by more than 30 percentage points, putting her more in line with the dismal performance of Bernie Sanders' son Levi in New Hampshire earlier this week. Source: Fox News. What do you know? New Yorkers aren't as big fans of change as people thought. Cynthia Nixon really believed that being a feminist lesbian who backed socialized medicine would win over New York Democrats. But even now, as the party faces nationwide extinction, New York liberals are a tad bit more conservative than she thought. The outcome of this primary reverses a shocking trend. As established Democrats crumble, what with their having no platform but hate for Donald Trump, far-left socialists have swooped in to pick at the bones. Democrats are losing their touch with the American people. They have veered so far left, few everyday Americans want anything to do with them. Many voters see established Democrats as a part of the problem. They were all in for Barack Obama's policies, which almost destroyed our country. Today, they offer nothing but resistance to a man who is making America great again. As they lose ground, scavengers in the form of hard socialists are capitalizing on the situation. They have even less to offer than their establishment rivals. But they have managed to bamboozle Democrat voters to support them. How will they fare in general elections? My guess is, not good at all. In New York, there were enough Democrats smart enough to avoid this trap. Sure, Cuomo is a blubbering idiot who is taxing the state into oblivion. But at least he isn't Cynthia Nixon. Cuomo might be able to garner enough support to keep the state running at least a little while longer. In the end, though, he will lead it to ruin, thanks to his oversized government, abusive taxes, and sanctuary policies. Perhaps a few Republicans can actually show up and give him a run for his money.